Hi, I'm Mr. Heiser, and this is my son Trevin, and today we're going to show you how to build a gumball machine. I would recommend watching this whole video all the way through without starting the project, and then get out your pieces, get all ready, and then start the project and watch this video in segments as we build the project together. I think this project will turn out really good for you if you follow the directions. So following the directions will be key on this to your success. All right, parents, quick little message for you though. I want you to know that it's really hard for me not to do too much on this. So make sure you let your student there do the most of the work. Let them operate the hammer and everything. It's going to be a little tricky, but they're not going to have as much fun if you end up doing too much of the work. So make them try to figure some of this out. So we're trying to sand these parts a little bit before we put this together. So we're just going to fold the sandpaper, try to get off some of these sharp corners a little bit. Right here you'll see there's some little frayed wood. Try to get some of that off to clean it up really good. That will make it a lot better later on. You won't have this debris in your candy machine, and it will turn out a little bit better. So we're just trying to clean up some of these spots before we glue this together. So I just saw a bunch of dust coming out of mine when I was cleaning it up. So just spend a couple minutes and at least clean up these three pieces a little bit. That will make a big difference. So the first thing I would do is dry fit all this. So what that means is you don't put any glue on this. You just start putting the pieces together to see how it goes, to try to learn a little bit more about it. So this piece is the top, as we just said, T for top. So we're going to put that on the top groove. So stick that in there, all right? And what we need is a hole facing the back of the candy machine. So the back is the part without this groove, all right? So now, once he does that, he's going to put the other piece in. But this time the hole is going to go over here on this side. There you go, perfect. So the grain of the wood, if you look, this grain goes this way and then goes this way. If you turn it this way, it's not going to work. It doesn't quite fit right. So you have to make sure it goes this way. The grain goes up and then out. All right, so now Trevor's going to put this piece on top. He's going to line it up with the grooves. You might have to bend down just a little bit. No, you had it right the other way. So we want these grooves to go together, to mirror each other. Would that help if you did that? Okay, so we have this part put together now. We're just dry fitting it like I said. All right, so now he's going to put this piece. These two pieces are a little bit different as well. One has a groove in it and one does not. The one without the groove goes on the bottom. So go ahead and put that on the bottom. This will be the bottom, where your T's on the top. Now put this on the top. Okay, so now at this point you need to find some rubber bands. I'll probably put a couple rubber bands in your kit. But if you have any thicker rubber bands, like these that come on vegetables like broccoli and asparagus, these would be good rubber bands for this. So now we're going to put these rubber bands here. I'll push this over, you stretch it around the outside. Yep, there you go. All right, now let's do this side. Put the rubber band around it. Alright, so the rubber bands are going to help you glue this together. And everything should fit right now. Everything should be flush. This groove right here should go all the way up through the top and then back down. And then the hole that was marked T for top should be on the back. The other holes should be closer to the front. And then this thing should just all look like it's supposed to be together right now. If you have a problem now, then you have to kind of watch the first part again and see what you did wrong. So now we're going to do this again, but with some glue. So we're going to take these off. Go ahead and take that one off too. You can use just white school glue for this. You need to use wood glue. White school glue works just as well. It just sets up a little bit quicker, so you have to work a little bit faster. If you do have some wood glue laying around, that would be a little bit better, but really the other stuff will work fine. All right, so what Trevin's gonna do now is he's gonna put a little bead of glue in there. All right, I just wiped off a little extra glue, so now you can kind of see where there's plenty of glue in there. We just need enough to stick this together. Okay, so he's gonna put this one, put the hole near the back again, right? Whoop, flip it around. There you go. Now the other one, the hole's gonna go near the front. Okay, and now can we put this together again? All right, so now we're just putting these pieces on. Go ahead and put that one on. Now let's hang that over that again. There you go, you got it. Okay, we'll flip it around there. Here's another rubber band. All right, so now just another quick review. You'll see this is the top. There's a T for the top. That hole's in the back. This hole's in the front. All right, we have our groove that goes around. And these pieces all fit together good. So now what we want to do is just set this aside for a minute while that glue starts to set up. If you have something that's a 90-degree corner like this table we have, if you just set it in the corner to where it stays 90 degrees, that would kind of help things out a little bit to keep it so it's not crooked. And that way it stays square. Now we can put together this next piece. So this piece, you gotta make sure the glue dries really good before you actually start using it, because it will break back apart. So Trevin's gonna put a little glue on the end of this. So he's just gonna put a little glue on around the end. Perfect. Squeeze the glue bottle just a little. There we go. All right. So now I'm gonna take this dot of glue and I'm actually gonna spread it around. Don't try putting glue. All right, now you can put it in there. Try not to put glue inside the hole, because it's not going to work. It's not going to go around the outside, and it's just going to create an air bubble in there, and it's really not going to be effective. All right, so now you need to put a little glue around this side. Go ahead. I'll hold it for you. All right. Now this part's tricky. Before we put the button on there, the little circle, you're gonna put this piece on. So this piece has just one hole in there, and we're trying to get glue on it. Put that piece on next, and now we can put I'm gonna spread this out a little bit. Okay, now you can put that ball on the end. Push it all the way down. Okay, good. So now the ball's on. We're just going to let this sit a minute. If you have any extra glue on there that you can get off now, that would be good, but just let this sit. So this part is really important that you remember to put that on. That's going to be hard to remember, I think. So we're going to set that aside. So now we can come back to this. So this has been sitting for a couple minutes now. We can come back to this, and we're going to nail on the bottom. So here's the bottom right here. The top has a groove in it, the bottom does not. So we can nail this on now. We can do a couple of things with this. If we want to use a little glue, go ahead and put a little glue on there. In your kit, I'm going to give you a bit or a nail that I've cut the head off the nail. So you could put the nail in a drill and pre-drill. That would go a little bit better. Otherwise, you know, being that this is pine, you might get away with just driving the nails in. But if you have a drill handy and you can put that nail in the drill, that will probably work a little bit better. So now our goal when we nail these is we want to make sure we get the nails 3/8 of an inch down from this. So we want to get the nails in the middle of this step here basically. And in order to do that, we're going to mark off 3/16 of an inch. So go ahead and find your rulers or your tape measures and find 3/8. 3/8 is 6 of the little dashes, which are 16ths, or 3 of the next size up. So 3/8 is right there. So we're going to make a mark right there. We're going to make 4 marks really quick. All right, here's your pencil.
So I'll make a mark right there at 3/8. Look right there. Yep, that's good. Make another mark at 3/8. That's a half 3/8. So it's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8 right here. Okay, now we go to this side. Make a mark at 3/8. 3/8 is right there. We'll make another at 3/8. Perfect. Let's move that one in a little bit here, closer to me. Look that way.
All right, so basically what you're trying to do is get these in 3/8. This placement doesn't matter as much. You don't want it right to the edge, but we'll get that close. So now I'm going to put this in here. Go ahead, put that in there, buddy. There. Okay, push it down a little bit. All right, let's get the drill. Can you grab the drill? And we're going to try to drill right in that hole a little bit. Oh, you got this, don't you? Okay. All right. Do one more. All right, bring it up. Good. I'm going to flip it around for you. Perfect. So that nail drills through that soft wood pretty good, almost like a drill bit. All right, bring it up. All right, now you want to do that one. Perfect. All right, bring it up. Good job. All right, so one thing we did good on is we didn't get you don't want the nails right on the edge because then they'll go into this groove here or they can split the wood. So that was our goal here. All right, so for this you're going to use a couple big nails. So you have some small nails and big nails in your kit. So go ahead and hammer those in, buddy. Here's your hammer. Super easy, huh? Alright, hit that one again. Let's move your hand back just a little bit. There you go. Give it a good wallop. Perfect. One more. Alright. So now we got some nails in there. Well, if you move your hand back on the hammer a little bit, that will give you a little more leverage. So if you're having a hard time getting the nail in, put your hand near the back and that will give you a little more leverage. All right, now it's time to put the back on. So we're just going to take this and flip this over. We can probably take off our rubber bands now, I think. And our goal is to put the back on the backing. The back is the part without this groove. So this will be the back. All right, so we'll lay this down. We're going to get the back on there. Now we're going to use really small nails for this. So these little nails might be a little tricky to hold on to. So what you can do is you can take a pair of pliers and hold the nail with the pliers so then they can get it started really easy like that. So we'll start at the bottom here. Go ahead, grab your hammer. All right, he's got them all nailed in there. The one part we don't want to nail is the top. Don't nail the top because you want to be able to take the top off to put your candy or gum in the top. So you're going to nail all the way around this but the top. So try not to nail the top. So if I turn this back over, you'll see I still have T for top. Now the next part I got to be really careful with is when we hammer on this piece, we want to make sure we don't get in that groove. So we're going to have to keep the nails kind of near the outside edge. Probably like a 1/4 inch from the edge. So now we can see if the glass fits okay. So here's the plexiglass that we have for you. It has a protective layer on it. So you can, if you peel the plastic off both sides, it's going to turn out to be clear. So if I take the plastic off, it's now going to be much more clear than it was before. So you can lightly sand the edges of this, maybe even before you take the plastic off. Just go around the edge. It might be a little sharp. My hands are really calloused over, so it's not cutting me at all. But you know, depending on how delicate your hands are, you want to be kind of careful. This is plexiglass, so it's not real glass, but you don't want to cut yourself still. All right, Trevin, you can slide that in there. All right, so that slides in there. And then this groove goes on top of the glass. So can you put that on there with the groove? Groove on there. All right. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at now. Now we just have to put this piece in. So we're going to grab, this part's been drying a little while now, and we can go ahead and nail this in. So we're going to put this, to go ahead, yeah, put that right in there. We need to keep the nails a little bit to the outside here. All right, go ahead, I'll hold it for you. So keep your nails a little bit to the, you don't want them to go in that groove. Perfect, that's perfect. Do I use the drill again? Oh, we can't use it with that nail, it's too big. I forgot about that. You got it, go ahead. It's a little tricky, isn't it? Yeah, go ahead. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead and do another one. Does that one have a head on it? Nope. Yeah, pick another one. It's a dud, isn't it? Okay, got 2 more, and we'll do this side. So he nailed this on now. He put quite a few nails. You don't want to get them into that groove, so he kind of put them near the outside. These are a little bit close. You don't want them quite that far, but they did poke through, so he got lucky. So now he's going to sand all this. Sand some of these edges. Take your sandpaper, you know, and make this look nice. Sand it up good, all the sharp edges. And then you can fill it. Put some gumballs in there, buddy. Alright, that's probably good. That's good for now, I think. Okay, show us how it works. Let's turn it this way a little so they can see. Okay. Whoops, you gotta put your hand under there, silly. All right. There it goes. All right, that's good. All right, good job. So what we want you to do is put some awesome paint job on this. I mean, it's kind of a plain gumball machine until you dress it up, man. I want to see some Batmans on there and some flowers and all kinds of cool stuff on here. So looking forward to seeing what you did with this. I'd love to see a picture of you with it all done at the end. So he's gonna paint this up real nice, but before we do that, we're gonna package up these kits so we can get them on your way so you can give this a try. So the biggest thing is just making sure you have all the pieces in the right spot for it to work, and take your time. Remember to dry fit everything before you put glue on it. That will really help out. All right, well, let's say bye, buddy. All right, good luck. Have a good time building this.